So let's see my most favorite 10 fragrances for spring 2025 that I'm sure gonna get you ton of great compliments. Without any further ado, I want to start by House of Creed at number 10, Silver Mountain Water. I would say to this one, a simply beautiful fragrance. It is unique, nothing way more complex or groundbreaking, but gets solid compliments, especially from women, and has a very crazy, soft, silky, and sexy sillage in the air and shines crazy in the spring. Scent profile is like silky, smooth, citrusy, has some sort of rodent vibe to it for whatever reason, or somebody say that is like inky. To my nose is like rodent fruity and musky. I can get like 6-7 hours plus maximum longevity with this one, with 2 hours of average soft type of projection and above average type of sillage. Scent trail of this fragrance is longer compared to its projection. Let's continue by House of Yves Saint Laurent at number 9. This is my most favorite one from the line of Y. I have here Y Le Parfum, which is my absolute favorite out of line of Y. It is like citrusy. Still we have that Y EDP strength here, but it is more mature compared to all the fragrances in the line, as it is like a bit darker and deeper, more for nighttime somehow. I can say it is like powdery. We have here added powderiness, which is not overwhelming. It is very springy and soft type of powderiness added to that DNA, which I believe works great. And that citrusiness is a little bit reduced, and we have here added more depth because of somehow rootiness, woodiness at the base of the fragrance. So it is like woody, powdery, and citrusy. I can get solid 7 hours plus longevity with this one, with 2 hours of good projection and sillage. Let's continue by one of the most hyped fragrances in today's list, Hawas Ice from House of Rasasi. I said in several videos, it is nothing icy, but it is very beautiful fragrance for spring, cool summer days. I have to say to this one, as it is too sweet for hot summer days, in my opinion. It is like aquatic. You're gonna get that Hawas if you have smelled it, but like added more dense sweetness to it, like earthy, candy flossy sweetness. So I can say it is like Baccarat Rouge or Parfums de Malik Cologne added to that Invictus DNA of Hawas. Performance is crazy. It is like 12-14 hours plus easily on the skin in terms of longevity, projection, sillage, solid 2-3 hours. Let's continue by House of Chanel at number 7. One of my absolute favorites, which always get me compliments, is none other than Bleu de Chanel EDP. It is my favorite from the line for spring, as it is darker and deeper compared to the other versions, as it is more incensey and works better here for cool springs. So absolutely, I can smell here spring in the air. I really like this time of the year. And about this one, it is a very complex fragrance, very difficult to copy and clone this fragrance. It is like floral, fruity, fruits are like melony. Somehow jasmine wants to pop up, has some sort of like body lotiony vibe to it, and it is incensey, dark at the dry down, has that smoky feel to it. I can get with EDP version 7 hours plus longevity, and projection and sillage, I would say it is okay, not good, not bad, like hour and a half average projection and sillage, and gets solid compliments, especially in indoor situations. Number 6 is from House of Dior, also my most favorite one from the line of Dior Sauvage. Here we have Dior Sauvage Parfum. So about scent profile, oh, I really like it. It is like more, or the most orientalized, I can say, darkened version of all Dior Sauvage fragrances in the line. More mature. I don't know, closed eyes, I get some mutual vibes between this and Dior Homme Parfum. Maybe it is because of that added oud. I feel it has oud. They reduced amber, and it is still dark at the dry down, but darkness here is like patchouli, and I don't know, I can get oud a bit at the base of the fragrance. Still, it is citrusy enough, fresh, but darker. If it is like citrusy and dark fragrance, it is like 70% in that dark side, which I like it. About performance, guys, this is one of those lasting fragrances, like 12 hours plus easily. But projection and sillage is softer, compared to the old versions, as it is too concentrated. It lasts solid, but projection and sillage is like, I can't say good, but not beast. It is good projection and better even sillage. Get solid compliments this one, but compared to the, for example, EDP, it is like softer in terms of that projection. It is not as intense or beast mode as EDP, for example, but solid fragrance and definitely gets the job done. Now we are at top 5, but if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please remember to subscribe if you find value in my videos for sure, and support me by your likes. I really appreciate that. I can't imagine any spring without this fragrance at all. Prada L'Homme, one of the classics, must-haves for any spring in any man's collection, in my opinion. If you like modern and sexy, outstanding smelling fragrances, smells different compared to entire my collection, I have to say. Stands out in a very sexy and modern Italian way, I have to say to this one. This is like bright, powdery, slightly floral, and sweet in a fresh way. Not like powdery, sweet, wintry. It is very springy, fresh, summery type of fragrance. With this one I can get 10 hours plus in terms of longevity on my skin. Projection is like average for first 2 hours, but sillage is above average. This is also a good fragrance in terms of sillage and scent trails. Has a very, I can say, cloudy scent bubble. Makes a scent bubble around you which moves with you everywhere. I really like it in a very inoffensive way. I don't know what's about this fragrance that gets this much solid crazy compliments. It is nothing wow or groundbreaking, at least to my taste. I have smelled way better fragrances that I believe they are way more complex and appealing compared to this one, but when it comes to the compliments, this is a winner. Number 4, Versace Bleu. As I said, nothing groundbreaking here. Oh, lots of great memories, by the way. This is like salty, oceanic, dark, incensey type of fragrance. Not a safe blind buy worthy if you are too much a freshy person. This is a little bit, can lean too dark to your taste, but I really enjoy it. I am a bit dark lover. It is like fresh and mostly in that dark side like what I said about Dior Sauvage Parfum. That one is more complex compared to this one, but when it comes to the compliments, Bleu is winner, and it is definitely cheaper. With the older batches 12 hours plus, I have a few backup bottles. With newer batches I can get 8 hours plus longevity with 2 hours of good and way better sillage again. Especially in the breezy days, this fragrance projects crazy for whatever reason and works great with my body chemistry, I have to say to this one. I will keep it forever. Versace Bleu. Number 3 is, in my opinion, another must-have in any man's collection. If you haven't smelled this fragrance, if you don't own it, at least you can get some sample decants, I don't know, but this is one of those must-have fragrances. Green Irish Tweed from House of Creed. Speechless. Masterpiece. Mostly green fragrances are like outdated in that barbershoppy territory, but this one is still modern to my nose without being barbershoppy. Has a bit that old school feel to it, but still definitely smells modern and outstanding compared to most of my collection. Has a very strong character, extremely strong, memorable character, and one of those absolute signature scent worthy fragrances. Longevity is like 5 to 7 hours. It depends on air conditions, but I can get between 5 to 7 hours longevity with this one, not more than that. With first hour and a half average projection and sillage, one of those classic dressed up luxury smelling fragrances. I prefer it for like more dressed up situations. Oh man, I want to smell it. Number 2 is again by House of Chanel. In my opinion, if you cannot get compliment with this one, you cannot get compliment with any other fragrances. That much I am sure about this fragrance. Allure Sport Eau Extreme version. I prefer Eau Extreme version better for spring, as it is denser and has more weight to it, and it is stronger compared to the other versions. So I would say to this one, it is like very little aquatic. I like the aquaticness here. It is not like oceanic or very artificial. It is a well done fragrance. Citrusy and powdery. I can compare it actually with Y Le Parfum by Yves Saint Laurent, as it is like both freshy powdery, but here, yeah, but scent profiles are different. That direction, I mean, But here we have some added minty and aquaticness. It is like fresher and smells more elegant to my nose. With this version I can get like 6 to 7 hours plus longevity on the skin, with first hour and a half average projection and sillage, and one of those solid lady pleasers, especially in I would say indoor situations, close encounters. Number one, in terms of that springy feel, spring in a bottle, air atmosphere, nothing can beat this fragrance. But in terms of compliments, we can discuss that. It is not at the top of the list because it is the most complimenting one. It is only there because I like it better. It feels more springy to my taste. Amouage Reflection Man. But in terms of compliments, the others also can compete with this one, I have to say. So speechless. I really love this fragrance. It is like powdery. Direction is like Prada L'Homme. Powdery, floral, bright, fresh, outstanding. Nothing citrusy here. I like it. Goes to another direction, but here we have added some sort of green notes. Smells way more complex compared to this one, but direction is same direction, like bright, powdery, floral, nothing citrusy. Here we have added spicy feel and a little bit green vibe. I can get like 12 hours plus with this one, and projection and sillage, I would say good 2 hours projection, and sillage is like Prada L'Homme, better compared to its projection, and it is very bubbly and smells more luxury, let's say way more luxury compared to the Prada L'Homme, and more dressed up. Take care, guys. Oh, it's beautiful.